So I'm going to the Google DevFest today, all the way down in Sunnyvale. Yeah, what did you expect? It's suburbia. So I'm going to the Google DevFest down in Sunnyvale today for a bunch of talks on web development, and I'm not actually sure what to expect. I bought tickets many months ago and I almost bailed out last night, but I decided to go. The funny thing is, Sunnyvale is so far, I had to actually rent a car to go there because Uber would be $80 each way and Caltrain takes like an hour and a half, I think. So rented the car, driving down there now. Talks start in about an hour, plenty of time. So I reserved an economy rental last night for $50, and I come to the lot today and they're like, haha, we don't have an economy. Would you like a Mustang instead for the same price? It's pretty fun. So one thing I gotta say is that driving with the top down, it is way too cold for this shit. I am freezing. Wait, where do I have to go? Okay, I made it to Google. I'm a little late because I couldn't figure out which building to go to. Unfortunately, this isn't their fancy campus with the metal skeleton of a T-Rex. This is just their regular run-of-the-mill campus with people doing actual real work. Shirley had a great talk about data visualization and making a new data viz project every month. She makes really cool stuff. Now I'm gonna go listen about Chromecast.
Mix up, so sorry about that. But you're here now, and
So my favorite part of that talk was when he said, what did he say? Show me population trends for Brazil, and an Angular app talked to Digital Flow API, something, listen to his voice and then render a graph. That was so cool. I need to figure out what to do with that kind of stuff. Alright, so that was Ben Lesh with RxJS. Still don't really understand how that thing works. And now I'm gonna listen about ARKit. Or what's the Android version of ARKit called?
ARCore.
ARCore. It's not ARKit.
I hope you're excited as I am about augmented reality and the future of it. I just want to point out that
The coolest thing I learned about AR in that ARCore talk is how these AR systems use a single camera to get 3D information about your surroundings. Basically, the way it works is there's a chip inside the camera, inside the phone, that very accurately detects movement. Then what they can do is they can compare two frames, see an edge on the frame or something like some sort of identifying information between the frames, calculate how much your phone moved, and with that they can then develop a whole 3D scene and 3D understanding of the environment. I think that was really cool.
Right after lunch, so
We're taking a group picture and the cameraman is up in a garage. Tim Grossman had a really cool lightning talk earlier, where he was saying that if you do any work, the work you should be doing work in public, because that way people can find you and you get all these really cool benefits. I'll add the slide to the video. I'm trying to find caffeine. I don't think there's any more caffeine. Server-side rendering. Let's go to that one.
So, admittedly, Undertron is pretty good at this.
Justin had a great talk about using headless Chrome and something called RenderBot to do server-side rendering without having to change your code, which is very useful because changing your code is annoying. Now I can't decide if I want to go to an AI talk or a TypeScript talk.
freedom is also a fundamental right of resumes, right? And just one change.
Rachel Wu had a really great talk about basically the same thing as the book Weapons of Math Destruction, where the idea is that using biased data sets and stuff like that can really mess with AI and how you're doing machine learning. What was the example again? So one of the examples she used was a machine learning model she trained on the Goldman Sachs board of executives, and she used their CEO, who is on the board of executives but wasn't part of the data set, and he got a really high probability of being in the board when she put it through her AI system thing. Then she painted him purple, kept everything the same except his skin was purple, and the AI never specifically trained on skin. But when Purpleloid was put into her model, he got a 12% lower score of being a top executive at Goldman Sachs, which I think is really interesting. It opens up a lot of potential ethical issues that I don't fully understand yet, but I think are really interesting. So definitely something to look into for the future, because it looks like we're going to be basing more and more of our decisions on AI. So it's going to be really important that this AI is actually ethical or follows the ethics that we want it to. And it just seemed like a very interesting talk, very thought-provoking. There are 2 more talks today, but I have to get back because Morgan's gonna kill me if I'm late for our eye appointment. And that's it for the conference. It was a lot of fun actually. Found out a lot more interesting things than I was expecting. There was also so many more people than I thought there would be. Cool conference. I'm glad I came.